Jim, another question here via the Cult of Cornette Facebook group was sent in by Nicholas Bolet.
Come on now.
Other than Bobby Heenan.
Nick Hogan?
And it's a different spelling of Bolet.
Okay. All right.
Other than Bobby Heenan, who does, I think he means manager here, but let me just read it the way he wrote it. Who does Jim think is the next greatest worker of all time? But I think he means manager workers.
And J.J. Dillon. As far, and I mean, yeah, I hate to say this, but he's gone, so I won't hurt his feelings. But I was never a fan of Paul Jones's work when he was a wrestler. He was on top in a lot of different places, but I didn't ever get it. Gary Hart notoriously and would admit it was not a good worker, not a good wrestler at all in his early days, and managing was his thing. Jimmy Hart,
unorthodox, but
he took great bumps, but his offense. But the thing is, Jimmy was brought in to be a manager when he was already in his late 30s and had never wrestled a day in his life or had any training or whatever. So, no. I mean, think of the managers, Humperdinck, and the Tennessee manager, Sam Bass, was a rotten worker.
Ooh, I have one.
Sir Clements. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What about Sherry Martel as a manager?
She wasn't a better worker than JJ, though, if we're going with who besides Bobby Heenan. I'm just, Sir Clements, Steve Clements was a British wrestler and very accomplished. And I didn't get to see a lot of him. He was having manager matches by the early 70s, but he was probably a heck of a worker as a name manager. Ken Ramey was always either a referee or a manager. He wasn't really a wrestler per se. He could work like a manager. But
beyond work,
Albano, Fred Blassie, but
but it's different. I mean,
that's
Wild
different.
Red Berry. I mean, it's a different animal at that point.
Yeah, and honestly, J.J. Dillon was a better worker than Fred Blassie. So it goes back to, as far as managers that I have interacted with, and I'm still trying to think, and don't even get me started about Paul E's work. Jesus Christ, he made me look like fucking Steamboat.
What about best bumping manager? Forget about work rate as we classically consider it. In terms of just best bumping manager.
Jimmy Kent, who nobody out there listening probably ever saw except any fans from Tennessee or the South in the early 70s. Jimmy Kent would just be flung places and come off the top rope with that cowboy boot and fly different. He was a ping pong ball, but he had kind of bad psychology. He interfered too much and didn't hide it from the referee hardly at all, and just was constantly involved, and it was a little extraneous. I'm trying to think of, but again, for the best bumping manager, you still got to go back to Bobby, because he had great ones, but he did it right. And I'm just, JJ's work was excellent because he spent quite a bit of time as a wrestler before he became a manager. But
my favorite bump, maybe one of my favorite manager bumps ever, and it's my favorite JJ bump.
The ropes thing?
Which thing?
The thing in the ropes?
Oh, no, I'm talking about when they were doing something where the Horsemen were all getting drunk at TV, and like Sting accepted the challenge, I think, to wrestle Flair at the Clash, and JJ comes in the ring, and he's supposed to be drunk, and Sting gives him the Stinger splash, and after he hits him with the splash, JJ takes a drunk man's bump.
He wobbles out and weebles and wobbles and fight. I remember that.
And he makes a face. I mean, it's the most beautiful bump ever for a man. You really believe this drunk old man just got the Stinger splash. I love that.
But what I'm talking about, the thing in the ropes, is he would do where Dusty would give him the bionic elbow or whatever. One of the babyface would hit him with something, and he would fall backwards, and he would grab the top rope with his right arm and land on the second rope and go over that outside, but then fall back in to land on the bottom rope and fall in the ring. He was like falling over each individual rope on the way down. And it was just fucking hilarious. But yeah, I think JJ working wise for managers would be the guy that I would think of right now after Bobby.